maybe I just read some of my thoughts that I put on the paper, and maybe it's going to be more clear. But again, I think all of us, what we need is never to stop asking this question, why we are here. And just by asking this question and living this question, and the answer will make this island again more beautiful place.
I agree, Barry. And the amazing thing about writing fiction is that fiction is often more real than life itself. Because, come on, let's face it, who would believe that the Americans would elect Trump as president? It's just impossible. If it was written as fiction, nobody would believe it. Yet here we are, and here we are in Bali. And I'm sure every single one of us always asks, what makes us stay? Everyone can visit once, but why do we keep coming back? And why is it that when we return, it feels like home? And I'm sure we all ask, but Barry, or at least his character in this novel, has some thoughts on that. I'm really interested in what his character has to say about Bali.
Just one digression before. As you said, actually I will use Oscar Wilde. We'll come later to Oscar Wilde, his words. He's saying the life imitates art much more often than art limited life. So just leave it at that. Bali. Bali is a kaleidoscope symbolizing a mismatched fusion that serves as the synthetic backdrop so typical for our time. It is a place that represents everything happening on our planet, both good and bad, summed up into a tiny globalized denominator. One can truly find a snippet of everything and everyone on this island, each mixed and stirred into every conceivable permutation within a humid and very heated petri dish. This perhaps is one of the main reasons I love it so much, and why I'm never happier than when I'm here. This is one place where I'm totally carefree, yet still solidly grounded, surrounded by people of similar doctrines who understand me and I understand them. So another detail about Bali, I mean, there are lots of surfers here. There are lots of surfers everywhere in this island. There are some surfers there in water as well. So just a little bit about the waves as well. Another reason that brought so many of us here. Waves are truly a wonder of nature. Born of the rage of the heavens and the heart of storm, the undulation roll across vast oceanic expanses. The forces of nature drive the swell over the blue surface, turning them into traveling wanderers until the moment is right to break and crash and vanish into the thin air. They die in an act of beauty when the coral reef forces them to swell and grow. Like larvae into butterfly, their featureless surface transforms into the splendor of a crashing wave and foam of water fireworks. The sun, a rare witness to this performance, caresses each wave with a thin rainbow hand on its blue water back. From time to time, even a stray human eye can find these waves. Surfer become one with the entire ocean, passing through the soul of each wave, devotes its life breath selflessly to them.
So we've heard why the character in this novel chooses to be in Bali and is based in Bali. But as we're in El Cabron, and we have the original Cabron right next to me on my right, I have a very philosophical question for Jesus.
Yes.
Jesus, you must tell us, why are we here?
Please, Jesus.
You or why am we?
Why are we all here? You are the reason we are
Why you gonna ask me
here.
the same question that Barry? Why I choose Bali?
Yes,
No,
better
but
like this.
why are we here? Why is El Cabron here?
Yeah,
Why did the characters in this novel come to this place not 3, not 4, but 5 times in the span of the novel?
Well, I think it's
Please tell me.
quite based in relationships and friendship. And yeah, I need I think that this place is special, obviously, for the view, but I think that, or I would like that this place is special for the people who come here.
Really?
And regarding this, we're gonna try to make you guys come here often, because I would like to see more faces here that I know for the last, let's say, 17 years, that more people that I don't know. So I don't know if you understand me what I'm saying, but I'm gonna talk
Capisco.
little bit
Entiendo.
about this.
No hay problema, señor. Si no hay problema, señor. Entiendo.
Can I have question for you?
Questions to the floor after the 3 rounds from me, because I was given this mic and I was given a whole bottle of champagne to get me going. So,
And oysters. Don't forget about the oysters.
so ars vita, no, ars longa vita brevis. I always wanted to start a speech saying ars first. Yeah, it's a nice word, but in this Latin saying, we're talking about art enduring and life being short. And if we can find one theme that is so on everybody's minds these days, is about, it would be that. It's how insignificant our lives can be these days, and how art can make things endure. That perhaps is the reason why more and more people in their later years go into art and try to produce art or try to support art. And El Cabron in its infancy is already supporting the 2nd book in the Vincent series. And the theme of the 2nd book is very much about immortality through art. And this theme is not new. Later we'll talk a little bit about the inspiration behind the title of the book and the original trope of endurance through art. But at this very moment, I'd just like to share that it's a pure coincidence that the latest novel by Haruki Murakami also happens to grapple with the same ideas of, in that insignificance of our lives, how do we make things that endure? And how do we create things that endure? So, Barry, we'll talk about the inspiration later, but let's talk about the book first, the novel.
Yes, better.
What is the search here? What are the characters? What blinds the characters to the facts that surround them?
That is one, two. Okay, it works. So I think at the end, eternal life, it is basically the ultimate human search. And through the history, through the recent history, if not even, if you go further down the line, the point is we were always taught that actually eternal life is not possible. Not on this earth. It's possible maybe in certain installation somewhere in the heaven or somewhere similar. But the point is there were always gods or some other characters that were giving us this kind of limitations. But nowadays, with humanism as one of the dominant, let's call them religions in the world or ideologies, we actually realize that the diseases and are only technical problem. And if we really push the thing far enough, we're going to be able as humanity, as humans, to live forever. Maybe not forever, maybe, I mean, in the last 100 years, we lived already 50% longer than our ancestors. And if this trend going to continue going this way, we're going to live 200 years. And who knows, maybe 400 years. And who knows where this is going to stop. And with all this, of course, and I mean, nowadays it's very easy to observe this trend the people like to be young. We all try to erase the signs of aging from our faces. We go through expensive cosmetic treatments, but at the end, everything together is just our will and idea and our wish to live forever. And I mean, still many people are saying, no, we are not ready. I don't want to live forever. But I think if these ideas once become possibility, it's going to be something that all the wars that were waged in past are nothing comparing to that, what this idea can bring in the future.
Yes. You are smart.
Thank you. And just to briefly illustrate how coincidental these two novels that were pretty much published around the same time were, I'm going to read half a paragraph from Haruki Murakami's Killing Commendatore that just happens to discuss immortality is useful. And we cannot help but remember him as useful, as so full of energy, so full of party. And that would be Oscar Wilde. And any of you who've read his one and only book, The Picture of Dorian Gray, would understand that this novel is titled The Picture of Vincent van Gogh, as an homage. Being in Bali, and in this present time, I only want to share one quote from that original book, which is, "Those who find ugly meanings in beautiful things are corrupt without being charming." There's nothing wrong with being corrupt, but you have to be charming, okay? The importance in Bali is you have to be charming, yeah. Those who find beautiful meanings in beautiful things are the cultivated. For these, there is hope. They are the elect to whom beauty and beautiful things mean only beauty. There is no such thing as a moral or an immoral book. And I highly encourage you to read this book because all those questions you need to answer for yourselves. And Barry, why did you decide, or why is the work, The Picture of Dorian Gray, so important to you that it inspired you to write this book?
That's a really good question, because Oscar Wilde was a real visionary. I think all the things that he was propagating we can really understand today very well. For example, he was saying that it's more important to be beautiful than to have deeper meaning. I mean, if you just translate this to Instagram, it definitely works. He also was dandy. That means he was looking at his fashion day and night. He was trying very much to look fashionable in a way that nobody else could actually notice. And I mean, some of you live in Chengdu. If you go around and look at the hipsters, that's very well the same thing. But altogether, his idea that art can live longer than the people, or that the life of the art can be connected with the humans, is something that really inspires me a lot to write this book. And I think what Jesus was saying, he don't care about the legacy, it's true, but I mean, the people who don't care about the legacy are the people who are making the legacy. You cannot actually have idea to make the legacy and then to make it yourself. It's the other ones who are judging, not yourself, definitely. So just connecting to this, I will read one small chapter again here from, let's have my first encounter with El Cabron. Before El Cabron was El Cabron. David just came, he was surfing all the time, he was skinny as hell. Cabron, I mean, Carlos
I am
Gel.
happy that you say this about the legacy, because I was thinking that I was totally stupid to not care about the legacy, but now that you
No, it was perfect answer.
Good.
Somebody said, don't try to be a great man, just be a man and let the history decide.
Yes, that's
So.
true. You are right. Can I find
a writer, yeah.
So this is the first encounter with El Cabron. I mean, with the place. It wasn't El Cabron.
Why you think he is with the beautiful woman Alexandra? Because he's good-looking man? It's because he talk like, you know when you say, I have to say the right thing.
Good with words.
Jesus, originally we're looking you, not looking another.
I find myself next to the Spaniard, standing on a soft golden sand. We are on a cliff-top edge that winds and stretches far off into the distance, to melt with clouds, sun and sky. Dropping 50 meters below us is the vast sparkling ocean. The waves today seem lazy and slow, and shine back up at me like the spines of the great wet whale. Beneath the smooth marble cliff, the coral reef shows its colors through the transparent surface of the ocean. Yellow, red, orange, green. Further towards the horizon, the transparency becomes turquoise. I look around the land we stand on, a few bushes and the coconut trees, a crumbling old building frozen in its efforts against the trade winds. Cabron, go and have a look inside our soon-to-be-opened Restaurante España. You're going to be well impressed. I glance over at the old collapsing cowshed decorated in what appears to be generations upon generations of bird shit. Not bad, Cabron, but maybe could do a bit more work. Cabron, you have no vision. Try and look beyond the obvious. It might be a bit of fix-upper, but can't you see some potential? Just go look inside, go. I walk over with the Cabron following close behind. Kicking aside an old broken chair, I cautiously step into the building. Okay, I can see some potential. Perhaps it does have a kind of charm. Almost like a quaint, old, and very shitty Spanish finca. And then it is when I see it. I stare across the dust-filled room at the canvas hanging at the wall. It is absolutely crystal clear that it doesn't belong here. Not in this place, not on this island, not even in our lives. So this is another one. I see you like to hear about El Cabron, so just a little bit more. See Cabron, it will be out of this world. Picture it. It's a destination of Spanish culinary perfection, set into cliff-top paradise above the most perfect of ocean sunsets. Michelin star will be on the wall, the infinity pool will flow right to the cliff, and tequila will flow down our throats. And the dance floor, oh madre mia, the dance floor. It will be filled with naked dancing hotties of every nationality, all grooving to beats by world-famous DJs. Yes, Cabron, you can see I have grand plans. Sounds great, bro, so we'll have our own place to eat, drink, dance, and be merry. Just like we always wanted. But my friend, one tiny question does seems to come to mind. Just a small one, mind you. How the fuck is a broke-ass surf bum like you going to open a cliff-top beach bar? Wait, I haven't finished. I already have the perfect team to help me. My crazy brother will be more than adequate to manage the establishment. And a very serious chef from Barcelona will take care of the food. We also have the best bartender in the world to mix our drink. Easy, Cabron is the Catalan dream team. You know me, Cabron, I see the bigger picture. I don't get caught up with unimportant details like financing. Since when do you care about money so much? This is all sorted anyway. I sold my kidney. Surely, with the amount of tequila you drink, your kidney would be a death sentence for any recipient. But tell me, then, have you come up with a name for this amazing beach bar? Of course I have. It's actually a name I have held dearly in my head for as long as I remember. I knew it would come in useful one day, and on this day it is perfect. This soon-to-be best establishment in the world will be called El Cabron.
I think this is the right reply after all that. I love him a lot because, and you need to know this, yeah? So
Don't trust the writer.
No. I don't. He never asked me any question about the book. I didn't read the book until 1 week ago. And this fact I remember exactly. So what he's saying is something that happened here 7 years ago, and it's true. And I remember the conversations, and I read the book 2 weeks ago, and yeah, for me it's funny because it's fucking true. I remember talking about my brother and Carlos and all the stuff, and that is 7 years ago. So I don't know if he's a good writer or not. You will decide for yourself, but at least he have good memory, because I don't remember half of the things that he put in the book.
Jesus, we, as the publisher, I'm telling you that we publish this as a work of fiction. But the general rule in the publishing world that if something is 99.9% true, and the author added 0.1% of imagination, then it's a work of fiction. So I think there's no one else around here to be able to tell us how much of this book is true.
So a part of the things that he put in the book, that no, it's even easy to decide if it's not true or not. So the part of the things that he put in the book that cannot happen in the real life, so that we don't see every day happening, that is the part of fiction. But the rest of the things that can happen during our life, one time or another, or to everyone, that is true. So it's pretty much, let's say 80%.
So I would like to bring your attention to this amazing copy of the painting over here. So my question is, where is the original?
In Geneva.
Wow, okay, well, I think we have a few secrets.
No, this one.
So again, about how much of the book is true, I mean, it's current affairs or not. Actually, Kadek is very harsh. I was to the book launch once, many times, and they're saying actually, if 70% of the book is current affairs, that's enough to call it a current affair book. The point is, I mean, our memory is tricky as well. Come on, I mean, we can never actually be sure 100% in the things that happen.
Well, and then both of you lie to me, because you say if 80-90% is true and then it's 100% true, the history you tell to me.
So I would say, okay, I would say we are at 60% with this book, but it's based on the true events. I mean, there's Jesus, there is the blonde girl, there is El Cabron, and most of the things.
You forgot mushrooms in this one.
But there is in the first one. And just before I forget, Elena, happy birthday! Thank you very much for coming. I know we are grown-ups, we are boring and everything, but thanks a lot for holding with us. So maybe just now, this is not connected to anything what we are talking, but there is one part of the book that, let's say, is relaxed, and maybe will push you in a direction to read the book. Bro, are you wearing army boots? You don't even own a pair of shoes. Si cabron, this is very serious matter. One must be prepared for everything. I bought them especially today. Do you like them? They're very nice, shiny. Looks a bit strange with the board shorts. Maybe. It's too hot for army pants. He carefully wipes out the dust of new boots and peers over the jeep at the Kojak's restaurant. God help me. I'm about to kidnap someone with the help of the Spaniard. But why do you need handcuffs as well as tape and the duck rope? I couldn't find the keys to the handcuffs. I decided to leave it at that and look over at the restaurant.
From the brief readings, I'm sure you've gathered that this book has a lot of mystery. It's a bit of a whodunit, and it's dark. Dark. So, but there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Don't worry. Yeah. Well, that's why I find this book is very Indonesian. I'm Indonesian. I know most of you cannot believe that I'm Indonesian, but my passport is green. And the style of the lyrical prose of Berislav really reminds me of the early poets of like Sanusi Pane, and Gunawan Muhammad in the way he writes his essays. It's very lyrical, and it doesn't force you to read it all the way to the end. So those of you who don't read a lot, don't worry. This book can be read enjoyably in 2 to 3 pages, and you just imagine and inspire yourself, because Barry's inviting you on a journey and inviting you to open your horizons. He's amazing in that way. And for those of you who love Indonesian theatre and film will know that we love it when it gets dark, and boy is this dark. So we want you all to read the book, and I want you all to thank El Cabron, because El Cabron have very generously taken all the books that I brought here off me as a publisher, so I do not have to sell the books, I just need to drink the champagne. And each and every one of you can have a copy, courtesy of El Cabron, thank you Cabron, and have it signed by the author, because we want you to read the book and share it. Because I'm hoping as a publisher this will be the first of many editions, and that will only happen if you read the book and tell us how great it is and share it with all your friends and say, wow, this is a novel set in Bali, and I can't believe it. It's fiction, but it feels so true.
Let me tell you something. It's not going to be many editions of my life because I have a partner now and he cannot write what I am doing with the partner. So I hope he will find another one who write about it.
Yeah, almost. I mean, this is very. I like what you were saying that the book is dark. I don't know. I never thought about it that way, but maybe it is. And this sunset is a little bit radical as well, and it almost feels like the end of the era tonight. But again, every end brings up the new beginning, so dark means the light as well.
The orange of sunset is the orange of renunciation. I'm really amazed to hear that Jesus is planning to renounce some of his freedoms for a very special woman, but I'm sure you can understand. We've all been there. But the orange of renunciation that is in that sunset is also the orange of rebirth, of recreation. So Jesus, where are you going to be in 10 years?
10 years. In 10 years, I hope to be once or 2 or 3 times a year here with all of you, having the fucking amazing party that we are writing in the book. And I talked to him that it's gonna happen here 7 years ago. So we are working in this direction. Let me put a part of this conversation. So, because we have some vision 7 years ago about what is gonna be this place. This place is amazing. We think we did really amazing job. And the only thing that we need to still finishing in this place is that all of you come here, have amazing party a few times a year, put your knees in the floor completely drunk and go outside, pick up a taxi and go home. So I'm gonna focus the next month with my brother and Carlos to try to refix or to try to do a few things in this place. And I hope in the next party that we're gonna come here, we're gonna do here, I suggest to you to come in because we're gonna try our best. And I don't know to do many things, but I know how to party. And I know how the people have fun, and I'm gonna focus in this. So it's gonna be soon. 2-3 months. June. No, maybe April. So if everything goes well, we're gonna make some opening of the new version of El Cabron in 2-3 months. So April. We hope it's gonna be in April, and yeah, please coming because. You will enjoy, I hope.
We need a taxi to go home.
Well, I drove here. I hope I can sober up in time, but I'm not promising. But ladies and gentlemen, can you please bring your hands together to our most gracious host, Jesus, and his dreams of the future of El Cabron. You're here to witness the new beginning, because I just found out today that he's planning to shutter El Cabron for 2 months to recreate it into an even more amazing place. And my imagination is limited. It's such an amazing place already. I'm burning with curiosity to see what improvements is possible to this amazing place. And Barry, congratulations on an amazing second book.
Thank you, Kadek. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure as usually.
I feel it's a trilogy, so guys,
Let me tell you what is gonna be the improvement. Today you're gonna walk, take a taxi and go home normally. Next time it's not gonna happen this. So that is gonna be the improvement.
So the third book, when we're gonna launch the third book, you all have to come with taxi. This time maybe some with bikes, some with cars. Third time, not possible. Be prepared.
ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your attention. Enjoy the ambience, the music, the sunset, the people, and remember the book. We expect you to all come home with one because Jesus has so generously offered you one. So it would be only polite if you come over here.
You don't say Jesus and David, he is already half.
Oh, David, oh yes.
El Cabron team.
So,
Sure, I work in the shadows. Like Batman.
Making child.
So, to the waiters, I'd like to suggest you fill everybody's glasses and make sure everyone has a full glass because I'm about to hand over to the real Cabron that runs this place. He lurks in the shadows and he makes wonderful things come true. He is the one who makes your dreams come true. Yeah? Some of us are visionaries, but some of us have the magic to pull through. Yeah? So, do you have your glasses ready? So, thank you for attending the book launch, and let's come back to El Cabron.
Thank you guys, thank you everyone. So let the writer read, let the speaker speech, let the party boy make the party, but let the El Cabron team, Carlos, come here, make the proper toast in El Cabron way. So as Berry and
Just take holidays
yes,
for
and
6 months.
Kadek and Jesus said, El Cabron after 7 years is just a halfway what the dream of Jesus and us was meant to be. We work really hard, and we will be working even more hard in the next years from the shadows. But you will see soon that the new El Cabron 2019 is going to be a really big experience to be the place to enjoy with the friends, with your partners, friends, or visitors to Bali. So I would like to do a proper toast in El Cabron way. Or alone, yeah. Singles welcome as well. I'm married, but many single people here, like my brother. No, my brother hasn't. Forgot. You forgot singles.
I'm single also.
Please, singles, come in groups. So.
Family, girlfriend,
You
wife.
liar.
So please raise your glass
Yes.
for the future of El Cabron. I'm gonna kill someone, so Shelly is letting you go on the right.
On the right.
Yeah.
Everyone instead of excited is scared. What's up?
Hey, we are. Hello, Cabron.
Don't worry, guys. It's all under control. So
Take the helmet.
espera, no me cago, fit.
Come on, guys.
Wait.
Because you're not single, I think better yes.
So now you can see why it's different stylish. I just take the bottle of tequila and put it in your mouth and
Yes,
it will be.
Okay, stop. So for Berry, for the book, for Jesus, and for all of you, welcome to El Cabron 2019.
Oh, shit. I want to like tequila like this one.
Oh, it's done.
Jesus, it's not you. David to
So
the
Stone, so I know Stone for 15 years. He is the first Japanese that take mushrooms with me. And
Guy made paella here.
yeah, well, exactly, the first Japanese to make paella. So if you have the opportunity, give to him some shots and make him drunk, and you will laughing as hell. So, thank you.
Okay, so the books, come on. And I have a pen. I need a pen. No, I have a pen.